Ah, you're still alive. Good. Where are you? It looks like a cell to me, doesn't it? Don't even try. These chains are made from the purest silver. They're extremely resistant. And to answer your question, you are locked on the monastery. Why are you here? But of course, you do not remember what happened, do you? I should have guessed so. Let me enlighten you a little. You were found in a forest not far from here by the sisters of this very monastery. Almost dead, so weak and nearly drained out of all your blood. You barely made it, actually. You should have seen them, the nuns. So excited they were. A foreigner, they were happily screaming for all to know. And the foreigner you are in these parts. No one here dresses so elegantly and with such sophistication. So, seeing someone from a faraway land, you can very well imagine how it would shatter their monotonous existences for the better. And so they took care of you. They bathed you, not shying away from your naked body. I am sure they even enjoyed the process. They tried to heal you until they noticed what you truly were or were about to become. What happened to you? Do you not remember an encounter? Meeting someone important, someone who's been living in this region for a very, very long time. Shh, no. Do not utter his name, not even in your mind. He knows. If you were to call him, he would appear, and we do not want that, especially during the night. So, you remember him, the Count, yes? Strong creature, he is. A Yupir, as they call him here. Vampire, indeed. Nonsense. I am afraid this nonsense of yours is a very dangerous truth. A truth that you will experiment soon enough, if you survive, that is. You still don't understand. My apologies. I should be more clear. You've been bitten by the Count. A dish he seemed to enjoy, so much so that he even gave you some of his own blood to drink. Do you remember now? And do you still, perchance, feel the warmth of his vital fluid on your tongue? Its taste? The feeling of exaltation you felt as soon as it started spreading through your whole body? The excitement it brought to your heart, to your brain, engulfing your mind in a sensation close to lust and arousal. I see. How do I know all this? You are not the first of his children I encounter, though you're quite different from the rest. Don't get me wrong, your skin is as pale as the moonlight, your heart barely beating inside your chest. Your eyes turn a beautiful crimson shade. But you're coherent in your speech. You're not restless. You're not afraid. And so it seems that you have not completely turned yet. If you had, you would have already tried to reach for my throat, tugging at your chains, hissing like an animal, saliva drooling from your mouth, eyes wide open like a madman, injected with blood so bright they would glitter in the dark. Your mouth would hurt like 1,000 needles piercing your gums, your nails like claws scratching the stones of your cell. But none of that is happening to you, which is quite unusual. I do know a lot about vampires, yes. They are my specialty. How come? Oh, it's probably the right time for me to introduce myself. I am Sister Alienor Morgan, an emissary of the Vatican. As many other brothers and sisters, I serve the Pope and God by studying the evil that lurks in this world, desperately trying to devour and plunge it into eternal darkness. This is why I'm here before you today. Our network is quite efficient. One of the nuns living here, with whom I've been in contact for many years, tipped me off about your situation, and I arrived as soon as I could. Luckily for you, I was at one of King Stephen's Bathory's estates when her letter arrived, to help with a peculiar family member. So I wasn't far from here. Otherwise, you'd be dead and gone by now. How long have you been locked here? A week or so, sleeping off your embrace. You woke up a few times to go immediately back to sleep. No wonder you lost track of time, as you were unconscious for so long. And I've been studying you all this time. Well, watching over you would be more accurate. Why? To make sure they wouldn't kill you, the inhabitants of this holy place. Believe me, the only reason you're still alive today is because I want you to be. The people here, they hate your kind, and rightfully so. They were already preparing the tools to rid you of this world. Oh no, you're right. They were not too happy with me arriving here and stopping them. That's always the same. None of them understand my task, my assignment. They think killing you would suffice, but they're wrong. One needs to understand evil to get rid of it once and for all. And so I had to bargain with them for your life. How much did it cost? Another life. A soul for a soul. To them, you're all the same. A personification of evil. They do not see the subtle differences. They do not feel the strangeness about you. All they know and want is to quench their thirst for evil blood. And so I gave them exactly what they wanted. Another vampire, found lying just next to you in the forest. Seems like the Count had a great feast and the will to birth more children. What happened to them? You mean it. There is no them, he or she, for evil. As soon as the transformation is over, as soon as a soul abandons the holy light for eternal darkness, one becomes it and nothing more. They killed it, sinked a stake deep into its heart, buried it with a scythe against its neck and shackles around its ankles, just to make sure it will never come back from the ground. A high price to pay? Do you really think so? Not in my book. Not for you. The other one. It has turned completely already, devoid of any interest to me. A vampire like so many others, feral, hungry for blood, couldn't answer any of my questions. Didn't understand any of them, actually. It's so entirely consumed. There's nothing I could have done, even if I wanted to. And all this brings us back to you. Such a special specimen. The like I've never seen before, never read about in any of my books, never heard of, even from the wisest and oldest of evil hunters. You are unique, an anomaly that needs to be studied in depth. Why you? I do not know myself. As I said, your reaction to the Count's blood is quite unusual. You should have turned already. The transformation takes approximately a few hours, a day at most, when it's slightly altered. But your behavior shows no sign of embrace, as if it hasn't reached the brain and only touched your appearance. A few hypotheses come to mind. One of them being your organism manages to fight the evil blood, which would mean that the Count's powers can be countered and maybe a cure could be found. But I go a bit ahead of myself here. To verify it all, I need to do a few tests. And to do so, I need to enter your cell. I would advise against trying to hurt or kill me. You can only fail. First, because you're tied up to the wall, so you won't be able to reach me. See the demarcation on the floor. I know it's quite dark in here, but I'm sure your eyes can see as clear as day, even in the darkness. You cannot go further than that, no matter how hard you try to pull on your chains or extend yourself. What if you manage to catch me? You will die. I am a nun, member of the Hunters faction of our holy church, blessed by the Pope and God Almighty. Do not be fooled by my delicate and innocent appearance, as I am an experienced fighter and have slain my fair share of vampires. Killing you would be so easy. Just one strike, one blow, and I can send your soiled soul straight to hell, from where there's no coming back. Am I clear enough? Do you understand that you need to behave? An important rule for you to remember, first amongst many. You are to call me sister from now on, so answer again, and do it properly this time. Yes, who? Yes, sister, that is correct. Now we can proceed. Other rules? Oh yes, many others. We had to embark on a very long journey, you and I, and so it is important for you to know your place and who you are to obey. Why so cold? I am neither cold nor mean. I am just. And you should feel lucky. Never in my life, as a nun nor a hunter, have I ever had a normal conversation with a creature like you. I am already going far beyond my usual self for you. You didn't choose your condition. I know. And a part of me pities you for meeting the wrong creature at the wrong time. The real evil is probably more the Count than you ever will be. But I've learned to despise and be wary of your kind and any supernatural creatures born from hell. My role is to rid the world from you, not befriend you. And yet, from all your particularities, your soul not giving up to the darkness, your humanity seemingly staying intact, I cannot help but see you more like a human than Satan's progeny. Now, I will perform a few experiments on you. Nothing too sophisticated. I do not have all my tools with me, I am afraid. But it shall suffice for now. Further experimentations will take place when and if we reach Vatican City. I told you, you and I are to travel for a very long time together. If my first assumptions on you are correct, that is. And if you do not turn suddenly into a creature I will have no interest in. Now, I need you to kneel. I will ask you not to make it even more difficult than it is. You have to obey, for your own sake. So, I will repeat myself. Kneel. I see. If you do not comply, I will have to make you kneel. Do you understand? And believe me, given the choice, I would prefer not to do that. Because you're too human-like, and in a way it infuriates me and scares me at the same time. I still don't know how to behave with you, so I'm trying to find a fine balance between the nun and the hunter. It's not easy, especially if you do not help. So it comes to that, huh? No, I am not taking my gloves off to slap you. That would do nothing to break the deadlock. I'll give you a taste of who I truly am. Oh, does it hurt? My hand around your neck, forcing you to kneel. Shh. Trying to scream or struggle will not help. Surprised by my strength, huh? Have you not listened? I have slain so many of you I have lost count. You are nothing but a mere mosquito I could crush in my fist. Should I keep choking you? My fingers are melting your skin so fast I can already smell burning flesh. No, please, who? No, please, sister, indeed. Now, will you obey when I ask you to? Good. Why did it burn? Because I only drink and bathe in holy water. My skin is soaked with it. A very useful protection against your lot. Now, we've wasted enough time as is. Open your mouth. Don't worry, my gloves will prevent the burning. Trust me. Good. Let's see. Your fangs are fully formed. Seem sharp enough to penetrate human flesh. Your breath is cold, normal for your kind. You can close your mouth. Now, your skin. So pale, like marble. Frozen when I touched it earlier, even against my own skin. All imperfections are gone. You are just like a statue, a living one. I've never been so close to, let alone touched, a living vampire before. Your strange state will be of great help for my studies. If you are to behave, that is. Let's look at your eyes too. Yes, red. A beautiful crimson color. Not bright. The brighter they are, the hungrier is a vampire. That's strange. How so? You've been embraced a few days ago, and waking up from such long slumber, you must be hungry, starving even. Or at the very least, your body must show signs of it, which it doesn't. It defies all the teachings. Now, healing test. Look at me. Do not divert your gaze. Understood? Good. Do not look away. I need to see if your pupils... Yes, they retract, almost disappearing. Normal reflex for your kind. Let's look at your arm. The wound is healing itself? Quite slowly, which is expected because you're not fed. How can I see so clearly in the dark? You're noticing it only now. You're not very observant. And this is a question I shall give you no answer to. Me, a creature like you. I would choose to die 1,000 deaths rather than being one of you. I am nothing like you, and never will. Remember that. Now, I need to see how you react to the smell of blood. One of the most important tests. I will cut a little bit of my skin. Open your mouth again and look at me. Finally. Body trembling, eyes widening, fangs growing, claws sharp. A normal reaction for a vampire. But, contrary to others, you seem to be able to control your bestial instincts. I can clearly see you struggling. Interesting. I can only imagine how it feels. Battling with something so big and dark inside of you. Your willpower is quite impressive. I'll give you that. But let's put it to the test, shall we? What if I do this? A drop of my blood on your tongue. Veins bulging on your neck. Eyes brighter. Saliva starting to drool. Oops. Maybe I overdid it. But I am merciful, and I will ask for an animal to be brought to you, just to quench a little bit of your thirst and make you come back to normal. We do not want you all feral. Now, listen to me carefully, vampire. This is going to be the only compliment I will tell you. You are the most interesting evil subject I was ever given to study, and I cannot wait to be more acquainted with you, with what you truly are, and experiment on you. But for now, I will leave you to rest. A long journey awaits us, and I need to make all the preparations for it. I shall send a letter to Rome to make your existence known and your status recognized, as you are now officially a possession of the Vatican.